Hi, hello, this is Dr. Cidambi. I'm here with you guys to talk about another topic. You're kind of caught between two worlds. You're translating not just the languages, but also the whole cultures. It's a lot sometimes going deep into this world of children of immigrants here in America. That's what we're going to talk about. Let's really talk about the unique challenges they face and how they are adapting. All their, all their experiences can shape all of us. So it's a fascinating area, in my opinion, right? So we broadly talk about the immigrant experiences, but the reality is far more complex. It's between two worlds, two different cultures, but the bridge that needs to be built. So sociological studies, even like personal, experiences we'll talk about. So in this topic, the first step, the acculturation. It's more than learning a new language. Acculturation is a deep psychological process. It's a dance between holding on to your heritage and adapting to a new cultural landscape. And there are different ways people approach this. This dance is approached differently. So there are different approaches. There are four main strategies, I would say: integration, assimilation, separation, and so first let's talk about the young women, first generation American. Parents are from India. She embraces her Indian heritage, wearing traditional clothing to family events, speaking her parents' language at home, but she also fully participates in American culture, pursuing a career in tech, enjoying American pop music. She's doing it all. So that's integration, blending the best of both worlds. So what does assimilation look like in this example? Assimilation may involve her downplaying her Indian heritage to fit in, perhaps avoiding her native language in public or adapting more Americanized name. It can be a way of navigating the pressure to conform. It can also lead to a loss of cultural identity. So you kind of lose a little bit. So separation. So separation might mean this young woman primarily interacts within her Indian community, choosing to live in a predominantly Indian neighborhood, her resisting aspects of American culture that clash with her family's value. It's about prioritizing her heritage. Marginalization is the fourth one. So this is the toughest. Sadly, marginalization is the being caught in no man's land, feeling disconnected from your heritage culture and the dominant culture. So this can happen when someone faces discrimination or rejection from both sides, leading to isolation and a sense of not belonging anywhere. You don't belong anywhere. It's heartbreaking. It's crucial to understand. It is a crucial point. It's a fascinating concept of the language and cultural breakage, like the cultural interpreters for their language. So study by sociologists found that nearly 80% of Latino immigrants youth engage in a language program. They're translating documents, they are explaining the medical procedure to their parents. They are engaging in language translation. So it really places a huge burden on these young children. So this is a lot to expect from a child. It's more than helping the grandma. It's a whole system. It's incredibly stressful to that child. Imagine a child having to translate during the parents' medical appointment, kind of grasping the medical terminology, like making life-altering decision on their behalf. It could be incredibly overwhelming and also resentment, and it can develop resentment and guilt for anyone. So family dynamics, when you look at this, it's no secret that immigrant parents often have high expectations for their children. The psychology behind this is often these expectations are deeply rooted in the sacrifices they have made to provide a better life for their children. They see education and professional success as the ultimate validation of their success. So, so these expectations clash with what the child wants. It's really a push and pull. So a 2019 study published in the General, Adolescent Study Journal talks about significant stress among these children, among the immigrant children, to pursue medicine or engineering. It's a really a challenge for those kids who want to be a musician. Now you have the cultural differences in the parenting styles on top of that, and it's in more authoritarian emphasis, the upbringing, more obedience for the elders. It could be a clash between individualistic values. So it can lead to misunderstanding and even rebellion during adolescence. So these families, how do these families strike a balance? It's not. It's really not. Family also serves as a vital support system, shared cultural tradition, sense of belonging, and the unwavering love of parents, incredible sacrifices. These can be powerful sources of resilience. So it's a gap across the cultural, spectrum. So the mental health aspect, these kids face unique challenges, but are they more vulnerable to things like, yes, these children of immigrants might slightly face higher risk for mental health issues. The competition to succeed, the trauma related to the migration journey, these all contributes. There are specific ways to support their mental well-being, to therapists who understand these unique pressures, who speak the family's language, who can branch cultural divides, are essential. So family-based therapy can also be incredibly useful to help the individual and the systemic issues to be resolved. So education, right? We often hear that children of immigrants are achievers. It should be hurdles to that, right? For many excel academic factors like language barriers, socioeconomic disparities, and even implicit bias, right? So then there is this pressure that we already spoke about, right, to pursue certain careers. So a study has really shown that these Asian Americans are pressured by the parents to pursue STEM fields, even if they have other interests. So the pressure can lead to anxiety and even academic burnout. So what can educators do to support these things? Culturally responsive teaching and understanding different learning style, recognizing cultural nuances, and creating inclusive classrooms where students face the understanding, which will make a world of a difference. So much grounds we covered over this topic. So what stands out to you most of all this information that we spoke about, from the resilience for me, right? They're juggling multiple cultural identities, acting as a bridges between the worlds, facing unique pressures, and yet they continue to achieve amazing things. So it's a testament to their strength and adaptability. So truly inspiring. For listeners, here is a final thought to chew on. Think about how these insights challenge our preconceived notions about children of immigrants. How can we all do our part to create a more inclusive and supportive environment for them to thrive? This is a question. This is worth the question pondering, to understand the diverse experiences and what it means to to Americans in the 21st century. So on that note, thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Bye-bye.